Hello everybody, you're in the No Nonsense channel, and this video is a follow-up of my other video, Have Things Really Changed for Women? Nah, says this article. But then this video can also be viewed independently. So the video series that I'm currently doing, hashtag 100 Rules of Patriarchy, is based on an article that I had found on the web, which is a list of 100 rules to become a decent Indian woman. Basically, I discuss these rules, I figure their relevance in the society, and I give my researched opinion on it. So, currently, we're in the third rule, which says a girl should be in her house by 6 pm. Keep in mind your curfew time. If you're not in by that time, you are to blame. Okay, first of all, let's discuss this point wise. Why is this? First reason is the social bias. It exists. In India, a girl going out at night would be considered as characterless. There'll be comments like, oh, she goes out at night with friends, she parties all night, not a good girl at all. This is one of the major issues, where a girl's interest in wanting to have fun is mistook for her interest in all forbidden stuff. Second, women against women. So I have seen a lot of my friends where the dad and the sibling, a male sibling if they exist, advocate for free will and to just go out and have fun, but the moms in the house are too skeptical about this. This is because they have been conditioned to believe in a certain structure that exists in our society, where victim blaming is one of the most normal things to do. They know that at the end of the day, it's the women who are going to be blamed for doing stuff rather than the male offender. Third, the patriarchal society that exists in India. India is currently a patriarchal society, and it has been for centuries. Men are preferred over women. The father or brother of a girl think that they are the protector of the family and they have authority over lives. So they sometimes don't allow because they are protective, and sometimes because of bias. Moreover, giving a girl the same freedom would hamper the structure, and many orthodox people don't want anything to change. But I do believe that things are changing, and it will change even more. Fourth, women themselves believe that they are weak and hence refuse to step out. This is something which is again a result of the thinking that has been existing in our country, and all these newspaper reports and everything about rapes and all these crimes against women. They're scaring us back into the kitchen. That is exactly what's happening. Women in India back in 2017 had started sharing photos that show themselves out on the town at midnight with the badass hashtag Ain't No Cinderella, in response to an incident where a politician said that rapes and abductions could be avoided if women don't go late at night. As women in India report increasing incidents of sexual assault, India's politicians, community leaders, and even police officers have continued to blame women's clothing and behavior. Do you see a pattern here? You blame the women for the crimes that the men have committed. That is indirectly just an encouragement for men. Why is nobody understanding this? And more so importantly, how long is it gonna take for these kind of mindsets to change? I don't know. And actually, we'll never know. So, moving on to the fourth rule, a girl should not talk or play with boys of her age. On average, boys tend to be interested in physical and active play as kids, while girls tend to prioritize social play and talking. However, a more important and powerful factor is the process of gender socialization that occurs in school. Girls are expected to play with girls and boys with boys. This is despite the fact that many girls and boys prefer to play with the children of the opposite sex. As a society, we are adept at segregating. We take pleasure in it. I'm still talking about kids who haven't hit puberty. So, girls are required to stay away from boys and women from men unless, of course, they're related by the way of work or family. Anything other than that is questioned and discouraged. It gets even more complicated if spouses or partners are involved. Explanations are sought, clarifications need to be provided, and friendship is often sacrificed at the altar of marriage. If it is acceptable for two women or two men to be close friends, spend time alone, talk at odd hours, even live together, so why is it that a man and a woman doing the same thing are subjected to labeling and judgment? Because they belong to different sexes, must their relationship be romantic or sexual? Okay, let's come back to children. People believe that girls can't handle rough play. Even boys are conditioned to believe it. People treat children differently based on gender starting at birth. One study involves that parental estimation of babies crawling prowess. Mothers who were asked to set up the slope of a ramp on which their baby could crawl were nearly accurate in predicting boys' ability, but significantly underestimated girls'. In other words, we tell our little girls to be careful while doing something strenuous, but naturally accept when a boy does it. Most popular authors like Leonard Sachs, MD, PhD, therapist Michael Gurain, and psychiatrist Loan, uh, I can't say the surname, say male and female brains are hardwired to be different, with girls entering the world better equipped for empathy and communication, but there are many studies suggesting that it is so often based on upbringing. Like, for example, if I was taught how to play cricket as a child, or at least allowed to go with my guy friends while they played, maybe I would have been good at it. Maybe I would have actually liked the game and continued to play it. But now I don't even know how to swing a bat or even hold it for that matter. In India, we are brought up with fear of marriage right from day one. Because if you marry someone from a different sect of the society, questions will be asked by jobless neighboring aunties as to how could the norm be broken. So, if you're friends with a guy since childhood, maybe you'll end up developing a romantic connection. That's not how it works, but that's what people think happens. There are a lot of instances where girls talking or sitting with a boy is considered to be a big achievement for the boy, especially in schools. Because of the backward thinking that exists in our society, where people do not have free thinking, they mistake for a boy and a girl sitting to be girlfriend and boyfriend. Because of this, the boy or girl generally tend to maintain considerable distance from each other. As a result, most Indian men and women don't even know how they should be interacting with the opposite gender and then go on to the internet about it. Hence, the myriad of YouTube videos that exist saying लड़कियों से कैसे बात करे, लड़कियों को कैसे पटाए, and all that nonsense. The only reason that they don't know how to interact with women is the only reason that they think force is the answer.
Shocking statement made by Kerala's Education Minister Abdu Rab in a comment that reeks of gender bias. The minister said that girls and boys should not sit together in class and they should be segregated. He said this while speaking about the incident in Farooq College in Kozhikode, where 9 students were suspended after the girls and boys were seen sitting together in a class earlier this month. This had divided students of the college, with few unions in favor of the gender segregation and others against it. The minister said that he was not in favor of girls and boys sitting together, touching each other, as he said, and clarified that this was his opinion both as an education minister and as an individual.
എല്ലാ കോളേജുകളിലും ഞാൻ കണ്ടിട്ടുള്ളതും 2 റോലായിട്ട് കുട്ടികളിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു റോൾ, ഒരു ഭാഗത്ത് പെൺകുട്ടികൾ, ഒരു ഭാഗത്ത് ആൺകുട്ടികൾ. ബാക്കി എല്ലാ സ്ഥലത്തും ആൺകുട്ടികളും പെൺകുട്ടികൾ വേറെയാണ് ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. ബസ് കയറിയ പെൺകുട്ടികൾക്ക് പെണ്ണുങ്ങൾക്ക് വേറെ സീറ്റ്, ടോയ്ലറ്റ് വേറെ, ആണുങ്ങൾക്ക് വേറെ, പെണ്ണുങ്ങൾക്ക് വേറെ. ഈ ക്ലാസ് റൂമിൽ മാത്രം തൊട്ടടുത്ത് ഒരുമി ഇരിക്കണം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ക്ലാസ് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടൊക്കെ ചിലവാണെങ്കിൽ.
Kerala is one of the most educated states of the country. If this is the situation there, you can probably imagine what is happening in other parts of the country. So basically, we need to get over this divide if we want to improve as a country. As we grow up and become a part of the workforce, we will be naturally required to interact with the opposite sex, either for work or for anything else, because we are together a part of something bigger than ourselves, the economy, the country. So I think this divide is something that should completely be eradicated if we want to grow as people. So the education system, the people mindset should change about this whole ladka ladki ki dosti nahi ho sakta, because friendship eventually leads to love and every other bullshit that Bollywood has fed us over the years. Thank you so much. This is the No Nonsense signing off.